For years, you have been told that vegetables are always healthy, natural, safe, good for your aging body. But what if I told you that some of the most common vegetables sitting in your kitchen right now are actually working against you? If you are over 65, the truth is far more complex than a simple salad. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 3 specific vegetables that may be quietly weakening your legs, damaging your circulation, and increasing your risk of dangerous falls. We are talking about silent inflammation. It is a steady, painless process that gradually wears down the small blood vessels in your lower body. The most terrifying part, there is no sharp pain, no warning signs. You might feel perfectly fine today, but beneath the surface, your mobility is being undermined one bite at a time. By the time you start to feel unstable or lose your balance while climbing a flight of stairs, the damage to your circulatory and neuromuscular systems may have already occurred. This matters because for seniors, a fall is not just an accident. It is the leading cause of fatal injury and the quickest way to lose your independence. Understanding the hidden properties of what you eat is no longer just about a diet. It is a matter of life-saving importance for maintaining your long-term freedom. But do not lose hope. While we uncover these hidden risks, I will also show you 3 restorative vegetables you should eat every day to sharpen your mind, shield your heart, and protect your strength. One of the vegetables I am about to reveal looks like a health icon, but it may be the very thing destroying your legs from within. Stay with me until the end of this video, because your future mobility depends on the choices you make at your dinner table tonight. Let us dive into the science of what is really happening inside your body. Now that we have talked about the hidden dangers lurking in your kitchen, I want to share some truly encouraging news with you. It is not all about what you have to cut out. In fact, there are certain foods that do not just sit on your plate, they actually go to work for you like a dedicated team of specialists. Let us start with a humble green vegetable that I truly believe is one of your greatest allies on this journey. I am talking about broccoli. I want you to think of broccoli not just as a simple side dish, but as a form of living armor. It is almost as if nature designed this vegetable specifically to protect our bodies right when our natural resilience starts to wane after 65. The real magic hidden inside those vibrant green florets is a potent plant compound called sulforaphane. I know it sounds like a scientific mouthful, but you can think of it as your body's personal internal guardian. Its main job is to target and neutralize chronic inflammation. As we discussed, inflammation is the silent thief that slowly wears down your joints, clouds your memory, and saps the strength right out of your muscle fibers. But broccoli does not stop there. It is also a dense, natural source of vitamin K and calcium. Believe me, as we get older, our bones can become a bit more fragile, almost like glass. We both know that even a small fracture at this stage of life can lead to lasting mobility issues that take away our precious independence. Broccoli provides the literal building blocks to reinforce your skeletal strength. It is like giving your body a blueprint to stay upright, sturdy, and resilient against the passing years. One thing many of my friends are surprised to hear is that broccoli actually helps your legs and feet stay more responsive. This is because sulforaphane has been shown to support peripheral circulation. In simple terms, it keeps the blood flowing efficiently all the way down to your toes. When your legs are well supplied with oxygen and nutrients, your steps feel steadier, and you regain that sense of control over your balance that is so vital for preventing falls. Before you go and prep some for dinner tonight, here is a little secret. How you prepare it makes all the difference. To keep that guardian compound active and ready for your body to use, you should only lightly steam your broccoli for a few minutes. If you boil it until it is mushy and soft, you are unfortunately washing all that protection right down the drain. Keep it bright, slightly firm, and full of life. When you choose to eat it this way, you are making a practical, daily investment in your own vitality and your ability to walk into the future with total confidence. Now that we have fortified your internal armor with broccoli, I want to introduce you to another quiet hero that I absolutely love keeping in my fridge. Think of this one as your best friend for staying sharp and steady on your feet. I am talking about spinach. For those of us navigating life after 65, spinach is more than just a salad base. It is packed with natural nitrates that act like a gentle tune-up for your circulatory system. You see, as we age, our circulation naturally tends to slow down, but these nitrates help relax and widen your blood vessels. This is a game changer because it ensures that a fresh supply of oxygen and nutrients reaches your leg muscles and, just as importantly, your brain. It is one of the simplest ways to push back against that frustrating brain fog and the heavy feeling in your legs that sometimes makes getting around so difficult. But here is something I find truly remarkable. Spinach also carries two powerful nutrients called lutein and zeaxanthin. These are essentially like internal sunglasses that protect your eyes from the wear and tear of aging. We both know that our vision is the foundation of our freedom. It allows us to drive safely, read the books we love, and recognize the faces of our grandchildren. By protecting your sight and providing folate for your mind, a handful of spinach every day is really an investment in your dignity. Just like with broccoli, try to enjoy it lightly sautéed or tossed into a smoothie to keep all that goodness intact. It is these small daily acts of care that keep us moving forward with grace. So we have talked about our green allies, but I want to introduce you to another colorful friend that I always make sure to keep in my kitchen. It is the humble carrot. Most people think of carrots as just a simple snack or something to throw into a stew for a little flavor. But for those of us navigating life in our 60s and beyond, they offer something much more profound than just a satisfying crunch. I often tell my friends that true balance actually starts with your eyes. If you think about it, if you cannot see the edge of a rug or the depth of a step clearly, your balance is already at risk before you even take a step. Carrots are incredibly rich in beta-carotene, which your amazing body converts into vitamin A. This is the absolute foundation of sharp vision. By keeping your sight clear and your eyes healthy, you are building a natural shield against the falls that we all want to avoid. It is amazing how much more confident you feel when your world looks sharp and bright. But here is the part that really fascinates me. Carrots do not just work for your eyes. They contain specific antioxidants that help protect your nerve cells. These are the very cells that act like a high-speed highway, carrying messages between your brain and your feet. For our steps to remain steady and our reflexes to stay quick, that communication needs to be crystal clear and uninterrupted. When your sensory system is reliable and responsive, you can move through the world with that wonderful sense of confidence we all cherish. Finally, do not overlook the fiber in carrots. It helps keep your blood sugar steady, which is so important for our long-term health. Rapid spikes in sugar can actually strain your nerves over time, leading to that tingly or numb feeling that makes walking feel like a difficult chore. Adding a carrot or two to your day is such a simple way to protect your metabolism. It is just another small but powerful choice we can make to stay independent and strong. Now that we have talked about those amazing allies that strengthen our bodies and keep us moving, I have to be honest with you. There is a flip side to this story that many of us never hear about. Some of the vegetables we have trusted for years might actually be working against us, especially as we get past 65 and our bodies become a bit more sensitive to certain compounds. I want to talk about a vegetable that looks completely harmless, even beautiful with its deep purple skin. I am talking about eggplant. I know it is a staple in so many delicious recipes, but for our aging systems, it can act like a bit of a silent saboteur. The reason for this lies in a natural compound called solanine. It is basically the way the plant protects itself in nature, but for us, it can be quite harsh. If you are already dealing with a little bit of arthritis, some nerve sensitivity, or even just that nagging morning stiffness in your legs, solanine might be the hidden reason why those issues are not improving. What makes it so tricky is that the inflammation it causes is very low grade. You might not feel a sharp pain right after your meal. Instead, it quietly drains your leg strength and makes your balance feel just a little bit less reliable over time. You might find yourself wondering why you feel a bit more wobbly or why those stairs seem just a little steeper than they used to be. And here is the part that surprised me the most. Even baking, grilling, or stewing it does not fully get rid of that solanine. For those of us who prioritize standing tall and walking with total confidence, the risk might just be too high to ignore. It is all about making those intentional choices to protect our mobility and our freedom every single day. If the news about eggplant surprised you, then you might want to lean in for this next one. It is a vegetable that sits in almost every crisper drawer and appears in nearly every stir fry and salad. It looks so fresh, bright, and healthy, right? I am talking about green bell peppers. But beneath that cheerful, crunchy exterior, there is a story that most of us over 65 never get to hear. Just like the eggplant we just discussed, green bell peppers are part of the nightshade family. But they carry another hidden player called lectins. I like to think of lectins as sticky little proteins that have a habit of binding to the lining of your digestive tract. Now, as we navigate our later years, our digestion and immune systems naturally become a bit more fragile. When these lectins get involved, they can actually start to interfere with how your body absorbs the very nutrients you are working so hard to get from your meals. The really tricky part is how this hidden struggle shows up in your daily life. It is rarely a dramatic reaction. Instead, it might manifest as that stubborn stiffness in your ankles when you first get out of bed, or a strange, distracting tingling in your toes while you are out for a walk. You might even notice a new sense of unsteadiness, almost as if you cannot quite trust where your feet are landing. This is that low-grade, ongoing inflammation we have been talking about. For those of us determined to stay active and independent, this is a quiet threat to our balance and our strength. Here is something that really opened my eyes. Green bell peppers are actually unripened. Because they are picked before they are fully mature, they possess far fewer protective antioxidants compared to their red, orange, or yellow siblings. You are essentially taking on the potential downside of those lectins without getting the massive nutritional boost you would get from a fully ripened pepper. If you are already managing things like arthritis or heart health, the wiser path might be to limit or even avoid these green peppers altogether. There is no reason to put unnecessary strain on your body when there are so many other gentler, more supportive vegetables that will love you back. Protecting your mobility and your peace of mind really comes down to these small, smart decisions we make together at every meal. We want to make sure your recovery systems are working for you, not against you. I saved this one for last because it is probably the hardest to hear. It is a food that most of us have eaten almost every day of our lives. It is a staple at family dinners and feels like total comfort. I am talking about the white potato. Whether they are mashed, baked, or fried, they feel like home. But for those of us over 65, this traditional favorite might be doing some quiet damage that we never expected. The real issue here is something called a high glycemic index. In simple terms, it means white potatoes can cause your blood sugar to spike very quickly after you eat them. Even if you are not managing diabetes, those repeated spikes can drive a lot of that silent internal inflammation we have been talking about. And here's the part that really matters for your mobility. Over time, that inflammation can actually contribute to your arteries becoming a bit more stiff. You can think of it like a garden hose that loses its flexibility as it gets older. When those blood vessels in your lower body lose their flexibility, the blood flow to your legs and feet starts to decline. This is often why you might start noticing your feet feeling unusually cold or getting those painful leg cramps that wake you up at night. It can even lead to a bit of numbness, and we both know that is one of the biggest risks for a dangerous fall. It is so much harder to stay steady when you cannot fully feel where your feet are landing. Plus, when you compare them to those vibrant sweet potatoes or the carrots we talked about earlier, White potatoes just do not have those protective pigments and antioxidants that our cells need to stay resilient. If you are already working hard to manage your blood pressure or your heart health, the hidden burden of white potatoes can slowly undo all your progress. Choosing to swap them out for more colorful, nutrient-dense options is not about giving up comfort. It is about choosing the strength and stability you need to live life on your own terms. It is about making sure every bite is a vote for your future freedom and your ability to walk through life with total confidence. So, we have covered quite a lot today, haven't we? It is quite a journey from the broccoli in your steamer to the potatoes on your dinner plate. I want to leave you with a thought that has really changed the way I look at my own meals and the way I talk to my friends about theirs. The path to aging well is not about searching for some rare miracle cure or a magic pill you can find in a bottle. It is actually built on a very simple foundation of consistency, awareness, and a deep sense of self-respect. We have seen today how those amazing greens like broccoli act as your living armor, and how a handful of spinach can keep your mind sharp and your vision bright. We even looked at how a simple carrot can shield the very nerves that keep you balanced. But we also had to face the tough truth about those silent saboteurs. From the hidden solanine in eggplant that can stiffen your joints, to the way white potatoes might be straining your circulation, it becomes clear that what we eat is never just a side dish. I truly believe that every single meal is a decision about your future mobility. Every bite you take is essentially a vote. You are either voting for strength, stability, and freedom, or you are accidentally voting for struggle and stiffness. By choosing those nutrient-dense options and being just a little bit more careful with the nightshades or those high glycemic foods, you are protecting your ability to live life on your own terms. You are making sure you can still enjoy those precious moments with your family, travel to the places you love, and move through your own home without that lingering fear of a fall. Taking control of your plate is a powerful act of honoring the years you have earned. I want you to remember this one truth. Getting older does not have to mean getting weaker. When you use the right daily habits, you possess the power to wake up every single morning feeling a bit more capable and more alive. I would really love to hear from you now. Which of these vegetables was the biggest surprise for you today? Maybe it was the eggplant, or perhaps you are excited to try that steamed broccoli trick. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else in our community needs to hear today. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end and for staying committed to your health. If this information helped you, please give the video a like and share it with someone you care about. And do not forget to subscribe to Senior Meal Coach for more science-backed tips to stay independent and strong. Have a blessed day, and as always, breathe easy and live well.